Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. Today we are continuing the Spaced Out DLC, and Meep here has just landed on this brand new planet. We are trying to get it all set up and ready to go here so that we can start to tap into these volcanoes and keep them from getting a little bit too hot. Also, we have some other things down here that we need to prepare for, such as possibly dealing with a little bit of radium. Now, Meep here certainly has his work cut out for him, so what we might want to do here is actually deliver some stuff from my base map over here via a rocket. So I've actually already equipped this thing with an orbital cargo module right here, and we might even be able to see how the new payload opener thing works. We used that rocket module before, and we actually were able to drop some different payloads down onto the surface. That's going to allow us to actually have a little bit of refined metal on hand, which Meep here can use to kind of set up some various things. So what I'm trying to do here is just get the lavatory, the shower, and whatnot all kind of set up here. So the first thing I need to look at here is what skills does Meep have? Because I just recently scrubbed his skills, and you can see that we do have some things that we can't do right now. We don't have hard digging. So let me go to skills real quick here. Take a look here. Hard digging, definitely going to need that. Probably going to want super hard digging. But we don't want to outstretch my morale right now, so let's try to keep that in mind. If I can up my construction, that would help, because I have a lot of things I need to build. And you know what? We can go ahead and unequip the jet suit because we don't really need it right now. It's just slowing them down. Okay, so one of the things I want to get down here early is going to be something like the jet suit dock and a way to produce oxygen. I think I have a decent amount of food here. Yes, we've got 20,000, plus I've got ways to deliver more food. A lot of these plants I can harvest because the pips keep planting them all over the place. So one of the stations, or the places where I want my station to go, it's going to be right down here. That way we can go out into this spot, which I think is going to be kind of the primary way to get to the rest of the environment. This whole area up here is going to be sealed up, and that's going to be where the dupes live that are over here. So if I had to say where I'm going to put this right now, I think I will put the checkpoint right here. That way we can go out here into the main hall and then go down and do whatever it is we need to do. And then I'll put the dock right back here. As for the oxygen system in this base, we're just going to use a standard electrolyzer system. Doesn't need to be anything too crazy. Plus we have gold amalgam on hand, so that'll be real nice and easy. And I could pretty much just build this right like that. Boop. And then one more tile right there. Oxygen will flow out over here. Hydrogen will collect right there. As far as cooling and what's going on inside of this space, there's actually going to be a ton of heat, so therefore we're going to need to cool that down with a lot of steam turbines. So there's going to be a very large cooling system in here. Not only that, if we ever get to the point of actually having nuclear power over here, nuclear power generators are going to produce a ton of heat, which in turn are going to require you to have a lot of steam turbines to cool them back down. So that's something to keep in mind. Tell you what, let me tweak this room just a little bit, just like that. How was that, Meep? Is it delicious? I don't know what you just ate, but you ate it off the floor. I thought we had a spot figured out where we were going to do all that eating. Inventory, recreation. Right here. Yes, build yourself a mess table right over here, Meep. So one of the cool things about this arrangement that I like is that I can throw down a couple of doors and really segregate different areas very, very easily. So I can go right in here like that, boom. And then I can take this area right down here and I can rotate it to the right and knock that out. So, all right, another thing we're going to need over here is a bit of power. Now, I think the easiest way for me to generate power over here is going to be using solar power. So if I jump on over here to Sludgax real quick, the first thing I want to load up inside of our orbital cargo module here is going to be glass. All right, so focusing on my second base here for just a moment, I'm just doing the same sort of setups right here. Except for this one has that slightly different layout. So this one I'm set up to divide these areas into 3 if I want to do that. So smaller rooms, kind of set up for fewer dupes. I don't really think there's going to be a need for many, many dupes over here. But I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I take this and divide it into something that makes sense? So I can do a shower. Whoopsie, there we go. Do the shower, lavatory, and then the sink. All right here, just like that. Boom, boom, boom. These poor dupes, they are so stressed out over here. I'll try to help them out. But one of the cool things I could do here, same sort of ideas, right? You can have like a little mess hall right here, recreation room, there's our food, all the, boom, just everything you need right there. come up here. We can do a couple of latrines or washrooms. Matter of fact, we can do washrooms. I can actually break down this wall and just have them be able to go up there. Boom. Ha. These can be bedrooms because they're tall enough. If I were to throw a little bit of plastic over here, that might actually help them out. I like it. It's easy to set up kind of a small little base just like that. Hey, look at Meep. He's building up the jet suit checkpoint. Very nice. Make sure to disable that. We want to be able to get past that. Taking a look at this thing, see if I can actually do 2 electrolyzers right next to each other. It's always fun seeing if you can come up with a brand new way to design the same piece of equipment you've done like 1,000 times here. So if we do this number just like so, haha. You know what? I'm going to redesign this just a little bit here. I don't think a 1-tile gap is going to be smart. Pretty much have absolutely everything I need right here, so I might as well just use this. All right, so I've got another rocket here, and this one is now full of glass. Very nice. So long as we have enough oxygen inside of here, which we do, I should go ahead and throw a dupe in there, and we could take that up into space. But it looks like we can't support this many modules. This rocket engine cannot support that much. Okay. Then let's remove the rover module real quick. Hassan's got that. Nope. Okay, there we go. And we're ready to go. Just like that. Camille's got this under control. You can go ahead and enable your toilet, by the way. All right, let's test out this orbital module thing. So now if I click deploy on that, and I go back here, nope, I go over here. Let's see where those things land. Okay, well, they just landed on the surface. Automatically deploy this module's contents when the destination is reached. Oh, that's cool. We can make this trip several times. Ha! All right, so I was a little bit wrong about those dropping right into the payload opener. Let's just set that Aaron real high. Okay, there we go. So now Meep is set to a high priority on this. I know you don't have your jet suit on. Can I make you equip it? Yes, I can. Oh, isn't that handy? It may not have any oxygen in it, but at least you'll have it. Doop, 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 doop. All right, so you grab that thing, and then you do this. What? What in the world? Okay, so now there's glass inside of that. Interesting. All right, so I think Meep's doing all right here. He's just having a hard time getting back to the payload thing because he has to breathe. There he goes. Now he's going to do it without a suit. All right, so inside of there is a bunch of glass. Interesting. So now we see how that game mechanic works. I'm glad to see that Meep here didn't suffer any sunburn. Okay, so I noticed a pretty cool thing about the rocket here. What you can do here is you can toggle a looping round trip. Interesting. So we could take this, we could put it to here, and we could say, keep going back and forth. If we take a look at the automation on the platform, we could say that we send a green signal when the rocket checklist is complete. Otherwise, it sends a red, and this launches the rocket. So here's the cool thing about that. I could pretty much just take the automation wire right out of here and there, and that would automatically launch it. However, I want to have a little bit of a manual override, so I'm going to use an AND gate here. So what I'm looking to do is something like this. I can say automatically launch if I have it selected, otherwise don't. So if I do something just like that, then we should be able to automatically enable or disable round trips. And then if I set the change crew to auto, then maybe it'll work out. Because you can see the only thing it's missing here is crew. Let's go ahead and launch this real quick. So what I've got this set up to do is automatically deploy stuff out of this module when you reach the destination. So let's see what happens if I'm just on Meep's new little world over here. See if we start seeing little payloads drop down. Hey, look at that. A couple of payloads just dropped down. So now what are we doing with the spaceship? It's automatically going back. How cool is that? We've got our first automated route. Huh. Now, I mean, I think we've got some problems in that Camille here has no way to get more food and might possibly starve to death. Oh, excuse you. But still, that's kind of cool. All right, there's the rocket. Is Camille gonna jump on out? This is set to auto. And that is not set to enable. Yeah, set it to all then. There you go. I'm figuring out how to get my dupes in and out of there automatically and how to make sure that they're fed. What? Camille, go eat. You got plenty. You're fine. A little stressed out though, that's all. Somehow, you're stressed while having sunny disposition. So it's like you're smiling and suffering all at the same time. Mmm. There you go. Have some of that barbecue. Mmm. Delicious. Okay. Meep, what do we got going on over here? Alright, so we've got our oxygen system. I mean, we need power and all that fun stuff, but it's there. Do we have the liquid pipe figured out? Oh, look at those robots. They did all the work for me. Good job, little robots. Oh, Meep is up here doing the payload thing again. So that's a good way to kind of automate food. Maybe you could set that up to like a cycle counter or something for the rockets, so that every so many cycles you go up there and you do the same sort of thing. You know what? We need to test some more things. Can we automatically load a rocket if we have an auto sweeper nearby? These are the questions that need to be answered. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This room size is 32, which means we're right there at the minimum for a Great Hall. Ha! These dupes might not be all that happy right now, but once we get this base figured out, I think they're gonna like it over here. I mean, until they get zombie spores and, well, then it's gonna be a different story. All right, back to Sludgax here. Let's test out the automatic sweeper to see if that'll work. Currently, it's not plugged in. Well, why is it not plugged in? Oh, because the power thingamabob. Here. These poor wires. How are they not exploding? Whoever thought so much equipment could be run off of so few wires? There we go. All right, so now we've got power running into our auto sweeper here. If I set this to all real quick and disable sweep only, does the auto sweeper realize it can deliver? No. Disable real quick. Let's go to something like Mafic Rock or something. Something that this thing is clearly going to do. Aha! I knew it! The auto sweeper can automatically load the carbon dioxide engine. Nice! Now, who's on fire? Ah, dupes, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Oh, now you're just doing it on purpose. All right, Meep, how you doing? Oh, we are finally about ready to bring in another dupe. I had to enable this thing. It wasn't enabled for the longest time. So who do we have for the dupes now? Choose a blueprint. Skilled Masterworks. Cannot do building errands. Terrible duplicant. All right, so there's our dupe for sure. +9 to construction speed, which is exactly what I need. A lot of science, which is good, so you can learn. Although you're allergic to fluorescent, that won't be a problem. Eric, thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. Welcome to the base. And jump out into space. Sure, why not? All right, let's take a look at our skills real quick here. And they're, ooh, this is looking weird. Building, definitely. That's what you're best at. Meep. You have some more morale. You're a little bit more happy here. I can get a nice free strength boost. We definitely are going to need, do we need? Yeah, I think we, no. It seems like everything is hard digging. I don't see any super hard digging until we get all the way down here. And that is super duper hard digging. So I think we'll leave that one out. I think we're gonna keep bumping up your construction. All right, so on my second map over here, what I'm actually going to use for these dupes in here, I'm just going to have the algae terrariums. I think that'll be real nice. A little bit different. And then inside of there, what I can do is if you have a light, the algae terrariums are a little bit more effective. So I'll try to make sure I have a ceiling light down here. And we could just keep that powered up. And for the oxygen on this map, what I'll do is just have deodorizers. All right, so it's a new day in real life. I just had some nice sleep for once. Headache's gone, all that good stuff. So I think a good goal to have here is to kind of understand exactly how that automated rocket is going to work. So you can see that we have some stuff inside the orbital cargo module right here, and we have some carbon dioxide in there. So it looks like everything is here except for the missing crew. So what happens when I click this? So it is still disabled. And if I go to this and I click to auto, what's gonna happen here? Well, it seems as if Camille's job changed a bit to where she's gonna head up here into the rocket, which should automatically launch the thing. Ha! How about that? So she is now automatically flying out to our location, which means any moment now we should actually see, some stuff drop onto the surface. There we go. Cool. And yes, Eric is off to go collect up some payloads. Nice. I think we have an incapacitated dupe down here. We're taking care of him. No problem. Just a little bit too hot down there. Doop. And then Camille is automatically flying back now to our initial planet. And any moment now, she should arrive. Or geez, did we already make it back? I think we already made it back and loaded up with some more stuff. Ooh, we're gonna have to be careful about that, because Camille can't actually eat right now. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to turn it off. But yeah, if I were to go out to the star map right now, it's heading back out. Alright, so I didn't see the second load that we were supposed to get from the rocket. So I kind of feel like she flew back and then instantly took off again, even though I didn't see it because somebody was on fire. But there's the rocket. Interesting. I feel like I might need to be a little bit more careful with this switch here. I think there's something more to it, because I feel like I was able to launch with a partly fueled rocket. And also something that didn't contain any stuff inside the cargo module. Alright, so one more important thing that we can do over here in the new world is we can set up this electrolyzer to start running. I do need oxygen inside of here. You can see that I don't have a whole lot of it. So the secret ingredient that is missing here is a little bit of power. Let's go ahead and plug that in and get it up and running. Oh, well, we got the oxygen diffuser too. That's nice. So I guess we're actually set on oxygen. You know what I could do on this rocket? I could actually use like a signal counter, so I can bring it back and then let it run several times before we stop it and let the dupes come out. Something like that would actually be pretty cool. Because as you can see it right now, we're ready to go again. So I'll just activate it. Whenever a dupe jumps in there, they should automatically run out there and do the thing. Just like that. There goes the rocket. Ha! That is cool. So now I'm going to try to make some sort of loader system down here so that my dupes don't have to go out into the vacuum of space in order to load up the rockets. So we'll just quickly dig this out in preparation for that. I have so many dupes that it would otherwise be idle right about now. And now the rocket's back. So one thing that I'm noticing here is I'm definitely going to have the interior set up so a dupe can live inside of here for a decent amount of time. And so that's kind of obvious that, you know, they need to go back and resupply. The one issue I'm having here is that I don't necessarily have enough food to survive. I'd have to bring some more food in here. Otherwise, Camille could kind of sit in here for a decent amount of time and then just shuttle, in this case, iron back and forth. So I think that makes me want to look over here and possibly build up one of these so that my duplicants can live inside of here for a good amount of time with some food and kind of maintain a decent living standard. And then we take our stuff, we drop it on the top of the planet just like this with the high velocity things and run it over here to the opener. Which again, I'm going to have to set up in such a way that my dupes don't suffocate every time they go out to pick it up. Alright, so I think I've got a decent amount of things set up. However, I think the progress over here is a bit slow. So let's bring in one more dupe. Starts with super hard digging, increased creativity and decor morale, but you fall asleep periodically. Nafi, welcome to the base. And thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. Alright, so what we got going on here, we'll build up one more cot over here. Alright, so now I've got 3 dupes over here. That looks pretty decent. Alright, let's bring in a bit of oxygen while we're waiting for all of this. What we can do is we can dig right on over here. There's a little bit of oxalite there. That'll be helpful. As you can see, we don't have a whole lot of oxygen inside of here. Still trying to get that thing plugged in. Priority level 9, apparently not high enough. Let's see how much algae we have over here. 0. Well, I guess we can dig some of it up. So long as it isn't too germy. Ew. There we go. Alright, so now that thing's running. So, we have oxygen and then carbon dioxide down here. Now, I already have ventilation that's kind of pre-built into this a little bit. So let's go ahead and just finish that up real quick, dupes. Alright, and again, just because I'm trying to do this absolutely everywhere I can, I'm going to use a little filter system here. So this, hopefully, will detect that it's hydrogen, and then hydrogen will flow out over here like this, which will then flow out over there to a generator, which means I need to get rid of this stuff right there. Otherwise, this gas pipe here, if it is not hydrogen, just needs to flow right down here to this stuff, where it too is checked, just like that. So dun, 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 dun. And then that flows out over here. And we spaghetti it on over there like that. Hopefully that's oxygen. We end up with oxygen inside of there. If so, that's awesome. Otherwise, the other option is that it's... Otherwise, the other option is that it would be hydrogen, so I should probably just take it somewhere to be vented. Or I could run it right up here to have it be checked and all that good stuff. Look at these dupes go. All right, here we go. Nope, not what I wanted. Rats. Deconstruct gas pipe. Actually, if you set that to 0, you can clear it out. Mate, don't fall asleep on me, buddy. Help me out here. We got to get this oxygen up and running. There we go. That's not where I wanted carbon dioxide to go, but hey, whatever. It's working. One thing at a time. Set that to 1. Set that to 1. I think we got hydrogen up in there. That's good. And oxygen down here. Haha. What's going on Vin? Hey, I got a little bit of steel out of the printing pod. Lucky me. Only 100 kilograms, but I'll find a use for it. Okay, so here's the thing. I need power in order to run this stuff. However, I can't get to my glass because it's inside the payload opener. So what this means is I have to take Meep here and I gotta train him up into mechatronics engineering. That's going to crank up his morale quite a bit. I wasn't really expecting to do that, but there you have it, Meep. So now we can go up here. We should be able to put in everything I need in order to get that thing up and running. And there we have it. We can now see that the payload opener has been built up and we're getting our iron and we're getting our glass out of it. Nice. So we can build up a solar panel now. Slap down 2 of those. And if I can use a wall, and awesome, I can use a little bit of a wall conductive plate joint. And we can just do that right here, boom, so we can plug it in from the inside. I don't have to run cables all the way through space. So that will hopefully take care of our power problem, which means that we can run our gas pumps as intended, which means we can have oxygen, and my dupes will survive over here. Haha. Eric, not a good spot to fall asleep. No. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no. You see what they did? No ladder. They can't get out. Maybe both of you move down here real quick. We'll build up a tile right there and then throw in a door. Very, very quickly. There we go. Avoided disaster. Whew. Ha. All right, let's take a quick look at the rooms that I have inside of here. We have a mess hall over here. If I can clean things up, that actually might even become a great hall. I have a washroom over here with a couple of toilets and showers. And if I throw in some more doors, I should have a rec room over here as well. And we do have a barracks for all the dupes. Of course, that doesn't stop Eric from just sleeping on the floor. Crazy dupes. Now, Faye, you're doing that thing where you stand in the door, and that's where you decide to build everything, but you happen to be standing in the vacuum of space. Yes, thank you. Ah, solar power. And fail. Darn it. I see. I messed up. There we go. All right, so there we go. Now I've got some oxygen flowing around. Good deal. Building up a little bit of hydrogen here. Hopefully I'll be able to get this thing set right. Yeah, just needed to build up a little bit. There we go. All right, let's see if this works. Hopefully we only get hydrogen this time. Hydrogen. Yes. So then I have oxygen down there. So now, if we pick up oxygen up top, oxygen is going to flow past and then go right down here. If there's room for it, boom, it flows in there. Otherwise, we just flow into the base because it might have carbon dioxide or something. Ha! All right, good. I got it. Took a little bit of doing though. All right, so now that I've got oxygen under control over here, let's go ahead and just get the water up and running. So we've got water there. We just need to finish it up over here. There we go. Nice little spot for the liquid tank. This will now flow into our lavatories and get all that up and running. Aha! And then if I do this number right here, boop, then I can have something for my dupes to play on, which is going to be the mechanical surfboard right there. All right, so now I'll just pipe in this thing so that I have my surfboard up and running so the dupes can enjoy that. That room there, why, missing decor item. Okay, that's easy to do. Here's a flower pot. And then we close this off. And that way the liquid pipe doesn't block up the room. Aha! Recreation room. Nice. I think this little base is coming along nicely. Ooh. I think I'll even take a little oxalate. But I think I'll do that over... we'll do it over here. And this base is also coming along quite nicely as well. If we take a look at the gas overlay, we do have some oxygen. We still need to do that. But we have good rooms over here, so these dupes will be relatively happy, I would think. Although the stress is a bit high, I think that has to do with the food. Speaking of food, Sludgax over here is, well, it's coming along nicely. Matter of fact, I've got a few too many dupes that are just, what are you doing, monk? Why, what? They don't even know what they're doing over here. I guess dupes are just hanging out inside of this thing. No, stop. No, don't go in there. We did, however, monk. We did, however, clear out the base down below, so we could actually use some sort of loading system, if we wanted to load up the orbital cargo module. We could use a, kind of like a manual loader and then use the auto sweeper to do that. Or if we were to change this out to, let's say, something like a cargo bay, then I think we could use something like the rocket solid port and whatnot in order to ship in and out. Interesting. Definitely a lot of little things to keep an eye on. This DLC will keep you on your toes for sure. Alright, so now that I've got this base to a point where I think it's survivable, I'm just going to finish off capping off the rooms and really get the paths worked out here. Why is there a morb here? What are you doing, dupes? I can't take you guys anywhere. Alright. Yes, look at this. Oxygen. Ooh, we even got Eric's testing out the little jukebox. That'll help morale. Nice. Nobody's taking care of the outhouse. Dupes. Alright, well, I think I've made some great progress today. This base is coming along nicely. I think my next step here is to go and start to tame some of these volcanoes now, which seems like should be quite doable. I have my 3 jet suit docks set up so I can pretty much, well, deliver some suits here and get those things up and running. So I think I'm in good shape. Over on Vin, I think we've got a little issue with stress, but I'll be able to tackle that next time here. Sludgax, though. What is next for our rocket system here? We did test out the whole automated delivery system there. That's pretty cool. The question now is, where do I go from here? I don't know. I'll have to think about it and come back to you next time. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. At any rate, though, that's all I got time for today. Have a great day, guys. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.